What is up, Mason Gang, and welcome to another episode of a Three Timbers landscaping job. So we have an interesting one here. This is actually something called fraud, essentially. Agreed, Drew?
Agreed.
So this client paid a landscaping company a whole lot of money to have a patio put in and AstroTurf put in. Drew, could you show us the patio pavers?
Right here is our lovely leveled patio. rubber mats.
Oh wow, those are nice pavers.
Yes. As you can see, they have nice base and sand underneath. Leveled perfectly. Some of these still have the
look
tags
it says paver.
Yeah.
So
rubberific. Red dual-sided. Whatever side you put, it doesn't even matter.
All right, let's take a look at this amazing turf. Would you say
Yeah.
say this is a good way to install turf?
Some of the best I've seen.
Wait, is it hard to pull up, would you say, or?
Not really. And it's secured with these lovely 16 penny nails that are all rust-proof. So it lasts a really long time.
Jeez. Yeah, so yep, of course. Wow, that's really nice. Then also they were supposed to fill this koi pond and plant something in here, but you can see that didn't go so well. And they were supposed to do another patio over there, and that didn't go well.
Here.
Yeah, that is good edging. That's not how you install edging.
Oh, you dig it under 1 to 2 inches. Have a border.
Yeah.
We just put it right on top. Built to last a long time.
So our job, I mean, we already wrote this entire project up in detail, and they're taking it to court, so we're helping them take it to court. And we are also going to redo it to actually make it look semi-nice and functional. So that's the start of this brand new project. We have our pavers, the only gray pavers in the entire Phoenix Valley. So that's our only option there. And now we're in the process of starting our patio, which we didn't show you yet. So what are we starting with?
Starting by framing it out and compacting the subgrade, but we don't really have to do that much digging because, well, it's mostly good dirt and base material already.
So as Drew just said, we would not usually do a patio like this where we don't like dig it out, but in Arizona you only need 2 inches of a base material. And you can see over here, they already filled it in about 2 inches. So all we need to do is pack it. We're gonna square everything up. See, we got our strings out, string line everything, make sure it's all framed in perfectly.
Yeah.
So in the time lapse, what you saw Drew do was, number one, use string lines to level everything off of this concrete patio. You guys can see that it's about 4 inches off of the ground. And we wanted to make it as level as we could coming across to the patio so people weren't taking steps down or anything like that through it. Drew used a string level that went on the string. Just made sure all of these strings were originally level out of the gate. So we did one layer, it's like a class 5 equivalent. We probably did what, like an inch? About an inch. The first layer was an inch, and we made it all level. Then Drew went back over it with a compacting plate. And then once that was all packed down, and you guys could see we sprayed a little water on it, we went over it again, added another, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And this one is not packed. This is soft, malleable, beautiful. Makes it nice and easy for Drew to just lay the pavers directly on top. So that's what Drew will start here as soon as he slopes everything the way he wants. Is that what you're doing?
Yep. Making it all smooth, ready to put the pavers down.
You can see that some progress has been made. Drew's just adding a little baby patio over there. And the experts of Joey and Drew last night, they laid this patio right here. Very unique pattern. They're very creative. You look, man, there's so much going on. Even these little baby cuts. So beautiful. What talented people. Joe.
I didn't do it, but yeah.
Oh, but you came up with the plan. Very, very impressive. So you can see that Joey's just raking some sand into the joints right now, just to kind of hold it together. You can use just normal paver sand. You can use polymeric sand if you want it to harden. We just use sand because, well, it's easier to refill if it washes out instead of having to power wash and refill if it's polymeric. So now we can start doing the more detailed work, like planting. You can see we got a whole lot of rock spread around this yard. To this point, about 10 tons. And you can see we got a little baby patio put in place. They're gonna put a bench here. There's gonna be a little pathway that leads there. Plants planted. In the middle, we got a cardone cactus. This little guy right here, that's a blue agave, cute little thing. And then we got a couple of golden barrel cactuses right there, little yellow ones, circles. And on this outer edge, we got the AZ yellow bells. And then over here, these things all get bigger. Perry agaves. We got 1, 2. They look tiny, but they're like 5 years old, and they're like 69 bucks. So someday they'll be big when they're 8 years old or 10 years old, but no one wants to spend that much money out of the gate. If you wanted to go up a size in all of these, so these plants here and these ones here, we're looking at like 800 bucks. If you want to go up a size, you're looking at like $5,000. So big jump in price. And then, as I showed you at the beginning of the day, patio is done. So we used a Rio paver, so it's a gray, and you can see the pattern like I mentioned earlier, but as we get further away, you can see more of the pattern. It's got a bunch of patterns in there going different directions, just to kind of make it unique and cool. We'll add a little path there, a little path where that goes, and a little path out that front gate. And then after that, we're just about wrapped up. We're doing 2 different types of rocks in here, so we're actually using a 2 to 6 inch riprap border to separate them. And you know, it's okay to change your mind every once in a while. We originally thought that we were gonna do steel edging through here. We actually bought it and everything, but then once we kind of saw how the project was laying out, we figured, you know what, we should keep it a little more natural, and I think it's gonna look really good. And you know, sometimes when doing landscaping or running any other type of business, as Joy and I are learning, everything might not come out exactly the way we would design it, but sometimes you have to just design things and make changes for the client based on their needs and wants. Like, some of the stuff we wouldn't have necessarily done in there, but if the client's super happy about it, we're happy about it. And ultimately, this isn't our house, this is the client's house, so we just need to do what makes them ultimately super proud of their yard. Finished. I'll give you a little montage of our work. Don't worry, it'll be quick because you've already seen this like a million times. you can see that's quite a difference. I mean, if you just think to the beginning of the video when Drew was essentially laughing at the work that was done here, I'd say it looks better. I don't know what you guys think. You guys can leave your own opinion in the comments. If you guys say it sucks, it's gonna make me sad, but I'll accept it. But yeah, this entire project was just essentially done on a budget, and it didn't cost them a fortune, but it gave them the refresh they needed to start enjoying it with their family. So with that, that's another episode of the Mason Gang, and another episode, or project I should say. That's another project wrap up for 3 Timbers. So with that, I love you, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Mason Gang.
We the gang.